Hi everyone and welcome to Positively Kimmie. I am Kimmie. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe space. And if you're one of my returning subscribers and my besties, hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today is What's Up Wednesdays, where I tell you a little bit about my life so you get to know me a little bit better and you can respond in the comments and let me know you a little bit better, or you can use my email address, which I have in my description box, if you want to reach out for any reason. I am here for you. Anyway, this week I had doctor's appointments, so we're going to talk a little bit about my health, and it's going pretty well. I went to the pulmonologist on Monday, I believe, and I have asthma, and I needed my rescue inhalers because I was only having my regular inhaler, and I needed rescue inhalers, and my insurance company refused to pay for them, even though they were ones I had gotten in the past and they were, covered in the past. For some reason, it changed up. They're not covering them anymore. So they wanted $380 for one rescue inhaler, which is absolutely insane. People that don't have insurance, I don't know how you do it, because I could not afford, with my 16 medications that I take daily, to pay for all that out of pocket. I mean, I just couldn't do it. So, I kept calling my pulmonologist, and it turns out that eventually after 3 times we found one that was covered, which I am so incredibly grateful for. So that was the first thing. I also have to have a breathing test because I do have asthma and I do get short of breath, and which, thank God, sometimes, because people know I talk too much. But because of that, I need to have a breathing test, and they'll see if I'm on the right medications, if they need to add anything or take anything away, and that's what that is. So, and then I went to my primary care doctor, and I was so excited when I saw him because I've lost a little bit more weight, so that was always a good thing. And I'm doing really well, except for my complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS for short. I get it in my right arm, and whenever you have a flare, it's always painful, and it's kind of like fibromyalgia. They have to rule out other things to get to your diagnosis, and I've been diagnosed twice, once by a neurologist, actually 3 times, once by a neurologist, once by a rheumatologist, and the other time by my primary care doctor. And what happens is, it's the most painful thing you can have on the pain scale. I don't remember the name of the pain scale. My sister would know that. And they actually call it the suicide disease, because when you get a flare, there's nothing you can do for it. There's no cure for it. There's no treatment for it. Pain medication does not help it. And it's extremely, extremely life-altering. So I get it in my right arm mostly. And when I have a flare, just like a t-shirt being on me is very painful. A light blanket or a sheet is very painful. So I'm not having a flare today, which I am so grateful for. But I did have 2 this week, and it was horrible. You can't even hold something light, like a piece of paper, in your hand, because it feels like it weighs a ton of bricks. And you just feel everything on overdrive. Like it's insane. I'm starting to get it in my left arm, like I can feel it starting, and it doesn't stay in one area necessarily. It can, but it doesn't necessarily do that, and it can travel to other parts of your body. So I'm not grateful it's in my arms. I would like to have it not at all, but it's just very painful. So other than that, though, I'm doing really well. My numbers are really good. I am doing very, very good health-wise. So we're grateful for that. And it's a good thing because my mom is not doing well. She went to the surgeon yesterday, and they're not able to operate on her foot. Now, she has an ulcer on the bottom of her foot that's about the size of a $50, so it's like this big. And in the middle of this callus type thing, which is actually her ankle bone coming through her foot, she has a little hole, and it's infected. It gets infected a lot, and because of this, they're afraid if she were to have surgery to help her with this pain and this problem, that she would get an even worse infection and things would not go well, and eventually it might lead to amputation. So we're not happy with that. She's in a lot of pain and there's absolutely nothing they can do to help her. She is trying to get wound care in. She sees a podiatrist every 2 weeks to have it shaved down. But what actually is happening is, if this is her ankle right here, it came through the bottom of her foot and is coming through her foot. So she's actually walking on her ankle every minute of every day, and it's excruciatingly painful for her. There are times it's not as horrible as others, but lately every day has been a bad day, and we're just so heartbroken that there's nothing they can do for her. And this was like the 5th opinion that we've gotten, and he was a specialist in this thing. And had she was able to have this done in March when it wasn't ulcerated, she would be able to have the surgery. She would have been able to have had the surgery, but she had gotten sick and ended up in the hospital with a bad infection for 8 days. So she is very down in the dumps right now, understandably, and we're all just trying to figure out how to navigate this going forward, because she can't walk from her bedroom to the bathroom comfortably. There's nothing comfortable. I mean, unless she's sitting up on her recliner, which she does, and a wedge pillow, having her feet elevated, and now her leg is starting to swell as well. And I have a call in to the cardiologist because I want to just talk to him about what's going on with the leg swelling, because it's just not a good thing. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that somebody can do something to help her. But as of right now, it's not looking awesome. You know, it's not looking great, but we're always hopeful. We're always believing that we are blessed and that things are going to work out the way they're supposed to work out. God has a plan, and we're just following what he's showing us to do. So having said that, the last bit of information I have is that my youngest son is turning 30 on November 21st. And I am so excited because we're going to the baseball game this Sunday, and I might vlog it to show you guys. We're going to go see the Mets, and I can't remember who they're versing. And we're going to get these shirts from a former Met player that say Big Sexy on it, and I cannot wait to rock that. I am going to rock that shirt like nobody's business. And I'm so excited to be going with my whole family. I'm going with my ex-husband, my son-in-law, my son, I don't have son-in-laws, my 2 sons, my daughter-in-law, and my grandson, and I cannot wait to go. So I wish you all a blessed week. Be happy, be healthy, be blessed, and most of all, be positively you, because there's no one else quite like you, and that makes me so incredibly happy. You guys rock.